What?
Welcome back, one and all, to the telling of tales from the deepest and darkest parts of the internet. Where your hosts, Jeff and Matt, guide you through these horrific fables with their amazing charm and wits, to keep you all from wetting the bed. So close your closet door, turn on all the lights, and grab some popcorn, because this shit is about to get ludicrous.
It's spooky time. This is crazy. What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
In person? What's So Funny episode?
Already?
It was our goal for this year to do this,
Yeah.
and we realized that we could do this right away, so we did it.
Speedrun it.
We are speedrunning all of our New Year's goals for this podcast. All we need is you, Manscaped. We're really just...
Just keep tweeting at them.
We're just gonna keep tweeting at you, Manscaped,
Every episode.
until you get back at us.
He needs new blades.
I don't have any.
I do. I need new blades.
Give me a reason to buy from you.
I need more of that deodorant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're just gonna get hairier every episode until we get sponsored. That being said, we've got some scary stories for you all.
We figured we'd come in the basement, and you were telling me a story of the basement.
Yeah, we're in my basement right now. This is where I keep Matt. So I decided I would come down here today and just do a podcast episode with video this time.
Instead of locking me in the fridge.
Instead of putting you in the fridge. Well, because that's better for mics and stuff.
Yeah, a little bit.
If I lock you in the fridge, stuff doesn't bounce off walls and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little better.
Because I lock it and put insulation around the fridge.
You need scotch tape.
yeah. So
Scotch tape insulation.
yeah, you just. It's more of like it's like electrical tape
Mhm.
more than scotch tape.
I wouldn't know. I can't see it.
Yeah, well, you're not going to. I have this story about my own basement that we're currently in, that I would like to teach you all about. That I would like to sit you all down, and if you're watching this, amazing. But I can truthfully say this: audio listeners love you to death. But we're in my basement right now, and Matt is with me in person for the first time on the What's So Funny podcast.
Yep.
And ever, actually. So this is great. We're having a great time.
Why are you making it sound like I have a gun to you? Guys, it's so much fun.
There's someone behind this curtain right now pointing a rifle at me. No, there's no one back there that you know of.
Yeah, isn't that what the story's about?
No. Well. The story is about this happened to me a couple years ago. I was sitting down here. This is where my Xbox used to be. It used to be right here. There's a TV right here for those that you can't see it. There's a TV right in front of us. But
audio listeners, it's a TV.
Audio listeners, we're in my basement. Yeah, so my Xbox used to be down here, and it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, which to those of you that don't know, and audio listeners love you to death, 3 a.m. 3 a.m. is the devil's hour, which was even scarier because I had just found out that this was the devil's hour after this whole scenario happened. So as soon as it hit 3 a.m., I'm down here, I'm gaming, being a gamer. I think I was probably playing Minecraft with the boys. We were probably playing Minecraft.
Xbox, I remember the Xbox, Minecraft, the starting area, the tutorial.
Yeah, I've been there. Been there, done that. Over and over again.
Audio listeners, we love you.
Audio listeners love you to death. There was an old Minecraft tutorial map that I used to play on as a wee lad, and inside of the big Minecraft letters, I don't know if you guys knew this, but that's where the Nether portal was. It was in the giant Minecraft letters. But that being said, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sitting down here gaming, and I hear a noise. I hear a sound coming from the other room of my basement. My basement is set up into 2 separate rooms. One of them is kind of, you guys can see this now. So this is
Audio listeners will not do it.
Guys, check out my YouTube channel. Gentleman Fair is gonna be up on there. Matt's gonna post it on his channel too, because I'm gonna hold him at gunpoint and force him to. Which I can do that now, because you're in person. So my basement. So this is the main room, right? There's a big room that
There's
we're
a
in
main
right
room,
now,
and then there's a sort of
and then there's
room,
a smaller room.
There's an ensuite room. Which
Yes.
isn't an ensuite.
And
It's just a room.
it's just a smaller room.
Yeah.
It's just a room, but smaller.
I did piss in it earlier.
It was horrible to clean up. So there's an old TV in that room. In this smaller room, there's an old TV that's very old. Very old TV.
It has a back to it basically.
It's a
Got
little
TV.
thick, and we haven't used the TV in a long time. And I'm sitting here at 3 a.m. and I hear a noise coming from that room that also happens to be coming from that TV. So I look in the room, and on the TV, I just see static. I see static on there, like the black and white static from the movies. Like from the movies where it's like, oh no, things are about to go down. So I left the room. I didn't even touch the TV. I didn't go turn it off, because that's how they get you in the movies. They get you to walk
That's when the
over.
girl's arm comes out.
Yeah. They get the main character, which I was. I was the main character. They get the main
I
character
swear.
to go up to the thing making the noise and turn it off. And then when you turn it off, and in that utter silence that occurs when you turn off that noise, something's creeping up behind you. And I didn't want none of that, so I left and went upstairs. And when I came back down in the morning, it was gone. The noise was gone, and the TV was
So
off.
the static stayed on like all the way until you got upstairs.
It just, I don't know when it turned off, because I
You booked it.
I was out. But when I came down in the morning, it was off, and there was nothing. But I didn't tell you this.
Oh.
I came back the same day, or the next day, I guess. My cousin was over, and we were also gaming. And at 3 a.m., it went on again.
Again?
The next night, it went on again at 3 a.m. We were sleeping down here, because we were having a sleepover thing. It was like a, hey, your mom said that you could come over if your mom...
Sody pop.
Yeah, you can have a sody pop if you want. And
I was allowed sody pop. That's right.
yeah, I allowed Matt 1 sody pop for being such a good boy in the refrigerator.
I didn't say a word.
Because usually Matt's like screaming when I take him out of the fridge, but today he was like, you were kind of chill with it. That felt good. So we're down here, me and my cousin, 3 a.m., and I hear the noise again. My cousin's sleeping, but I'm still a little awake, and I hear the noise, and I'm like, and he knew that this happened to me the night before, because I was on call with him, and I was like, dude, I gotta go. And then I got off, and then he's down here sleeping, and I'm up, and I'm like, oh no. And I look in the other room, and the TV is on yet again, and there's static, and I was like, dude, wake up, we gotta go upstairs or something, we're not sleeping down here. He was like, why? And I said, look in the other room, and then he looked in the other room, and he was like,
Now we go.
He was like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
So we booked it and went upstairs, and then I came back down here in the morning, and it was off again.
Well,
So,
you crazy.
us being down here right now,
Kind of spooky.
we're fucked.
We're
We're
we are, as they would say, fucked.
See, Matt, I have to have a sacrifice every year so that the TV doesn't turn back on.
Fuck, man. How are we doing this?
And I want you to help me find that sacrifice.
Tweet at us.
What did you think I was gonna say?
Tweet at us, and
Did you-
we'll get you on the podcast.
We'll sacrifice you. And I, of course, was totally prepared, and I have another story here for everybody. It goes by the name A Night in the Woods. It's an SCP story
Ooh.
of SCP 6232. I have chicken nuggets.
He does.
So this story is a little interesting because it's told through like an internet feed kind of thing.
Okay. We can read bits each.
We can read bits each,
Oh, this is about to be a crazy episode.
which is why I picked this story as soon as I saw it. Now this is kind of lengthy, as you can see. Like it's kind of like that's one part, but then there's all this.
Okay.
So we're gonna read this story. I guess we can go back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll read the. It's my episode.
Yep.
My basement. A Night in the Woods. User Big Faces Real. The date is the 3rd of August, 2008. A Friday. So I'm ready. I'm finally going on my Bigfoot photographic expedition. Guys, I'm so excited. I've been planning this for so many months. I got all my new camera and gears. This is going to be so badass. I'm feeling really lucky, guys. I'm to photograph that motherfucker so hard.
Good luck, you crazy old bastard.
So this is now the 7th of September, 2008. So this is about a month later. So there has been nothing on this thread for about a month. And this is also on a Friday. Hi guys. So I've been missing for a few weeks, and I know you all have been worried about me. Obviously not. There's been zero activity on this thread for a month.
Message.
There's nothing. There's nothing there. Hey guys.
Hey guys, thanks for blowing up my Instagram DMs.
It's like when I return from YouTube with having like 100 subscribers.
That's what you go like. I know you guys have been requesting me to play Security Breach.
Hey guys, I know you've missed me the past month. Things got really busy with everything in my life, but I'm happy to have you guys here. One view.
Stop DMing me. You guys have been blowing up my DMs.
Guys, please blow up my DMs. They're so dry. they're make them nice and
Don't
wet.
say it.
I had to.
You didn't actually.
It's like a muscle in me. I have to make those jokes. If I don't flex that muscle every single time, it's never gonna get stronger, and I'm never gonna be able to make. I'm never gonna be able to make better jokes if I don't flex that muscle and make the bad ones all the time too. So where were we? Ah, yes, everybody missing this person. I have been reading all of your messages. There are none. And I know you are concerned. And about my Bigfoot photographic expedition, as soon as I got back to civilization, and I didn't, and... What?
I'm dead.
As soon as I got back to civilization, and I didn't, and I'm really sorry for making you all worried, but I just needed time to process things. I wasn't sure if I was going to make this post and tell you the insane shit that just happened to me. I'm worried you were going to think I'm fucking crazy, and to be fair, I'm also not sure if I finally lost it. But to hell with it. We are supposed to be truth seekers, and this is the truth. A few weeks ago, I went to the Rocky Mountains near Helena, Montana. I was told this was the perfect spot to catch a picture of the Sasquatch. So when I got there, I was really excited. I put my camp and got myself a sweet spot to wait with my camera. And I wait, for a few days, and nothing. I was getting really bummed, so I decided to pack my stuff and go home. Maybe pass to some Five Guys along the way. That doesn't make sense, does it? Like, am I going insane? That's not proper.
Pass to some Five Guys.
Maybe pass some Five Guys along the way. I was just finishing packing my camera when I heard a cracking sound behind me. My blood felt cold and I slowly turned back. Okay, bear with me. Just a few meters in front of me there was... I'm shitting you not. Bigfoot. Well, I believe it was Bigfoot. It was big and furry and looked like an ape, but stood like a human. But what I remembered the most was its eyes. It had black, dead eyes. It was like staring into a void that stares you back. It looked at me and I felt its contempt. I'm almost sure I was nothing to him but a bug. It turned back and started walking away, so I rushed to get my camera. I had fucking Sasquatch in front of me and I had to take this picture. Anyways, this is where the crazy part starts. I mean, it gets really crazier. I was going to take a picture when a tree hit me. You know, like a second HP movie. What's an HP movie?
I don't know. Oh, Harry Potter.
Oh, right. Dude, we're spot. Did you like go the first time? Is that what you...
What?
I looked over and it looked like you went for the high five, but I didn't give you one, so you went back.
No, I just went like that.
Oh, okay. It looked like you were really disappointed for a
Can I be
second.
honest? I forgot what I did. I did it 4 seconds ago.
So Harry Potter is what an HP movie is.
Yep.
I don't know why they didn't just write that out.
Yep.
That would be ridiculous. You know, like the second Harry Potter movie when a fucking tree starts beating the shit out of them. Well, just like that, a branch of a tree moved and hit me in the stomach. I dropped the camera. I was confused. I looked around. Bigfoot was gone, but the trees had just started. Suddenly, all the branches of every nearby... They're missing words. They're missing words, okay? They're missing words. Suddenly, all the branches of every nearby tree were over me, beating the shit out of me. They even got to my neck and started suffocating me. I almost passed out. And then, suddenly I was free. The branches had been cut off. It happened so fast I heard a sound like something sharp cutting through the air and wood, and I was free.
It was Naruto.
They just whip out their camera real fast and then put it back in.
I do that. I just what?
Yeah, Matt took a picture of everything and then it was all gone. They were scared of the flash. No flash photography.
But why? I'm your friend.
That's what the Sasquatch sounds like in this. The trees were trying to hurt you. I fell to the ground, gasping for air. I was just recovering when I heard her voice. You're hurt. I looked up and right next to me there was this woman. She was impressive. She looked like the cross. I'm not even joking. That's just what it.
I don't think you made that up.
She looked like the cross between a beauty queen and an MMA fighter. She was dressed in a white suit that contrasted heavily with her dark skin. She wielded a very weird weapon. It was some kind of knife-axe hybrid. I stared at this woman in disbelief, not sure what to do or say next, but she was right. I was hurt. My body was all bruised. I think I'd broken a rib. I hurt like hell. Then I realized the trees were still moving. They were closing into us, crushing all my stuff, and they were going to crush us. The woman just stood calmly, and she just produced a music box from who knows where. She started playing it, and a very odd melody came from it. It sounded like some sort of futuristic polka. Anyways, you know, that just happened. Polka. Anyways, just as the melody played, the plants started going back to normal. She finished the melody and looked around. The woods were just woods again. What did you do? What's that? I asked, pointing to the music box. This is the Choir of Sheba. It knows 3 songs. The first one can close the gates of time. The second one, which you just heard, can free the flora from the influence of the sunless horror. And third, I could not tell, for I do not desire to harm upon you. Thanks. So, who are you? They used to call me Moremi. Now I'm just a reflection. You are hurt. Do you have some water? Sure, there should be a bottle in my backpack. She took the bottle from my backpack and poured it onto a wooden chalice. A wooden chalice? That is... That would be cool. I want one of those.
I have a wooden mug.
Really?
Yeah, from the Renaissance fair.
How does it like not?
It's like coated in varnish. It's got like a varnish on it, like a
Um,
stain.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Same way like bar tops don't get water. In them.
Yeah, okay. Alright. But a mug is like a hole for water, you know?
The small well.
Yeah, it's like a small well for water. Man, this was so weird. Drink it. You will be better. It's just water, I argued, but to be fair, see, why did they put, like, they don't say to be fair. It's TBF in the writing. Why do they do that?
They just misread words.
They did that with literally
I know.
Bigfoot. They just put BF earlier in the
My
story.
boyfriend came up and started bending the trees.
Suddenly, I saw my boyfriend, and then trees started beating the shit out of me. See,
You could see his
title?
My boyfriend used trees to kill me.
My boyfriend was in the woods, and then used trees to
Could
beat
see
me.
he has a strong log.
My boyfriend has a strong log.
Title?
But to be fair, I was thirsty, so I drank it. But suddenly, all the pain was gone. I stood up and looked at my body. The bruises were gone. My ribs felt fine. It was like nothing had ever happened. What did you put in this water? It's not the liquid, but the container. You just drank from the chalice of... Devontery? Devontery?
Where?
Dan...
Nisha.
Dan Vontery?
Oh my god. Don Vontari.
Don Vontery. Otherwise known as a small well for water.
Otherwise known as the wooden well. It's the water of well-being.
Yo. Dude, we're on fire.
Oh, it's so
That's
good
so
being actually
nice.
high.
Anyone who drinks from it will have all of their ailments cured.
My ailments, they're cured.
We're not sponsored! Oh. Is that what we were doing here? Wonderful. So I've just seen Bigfoot, killer plants, this mysterious woman, and now a magic chalice?
Now I've just seen Bigfoot, moving trees, women, and
Harry Potter? Ted Bundy?
my boyfriend, Harry Potter, and a woman.
Chris Pratt? Anyways, you should be going.
Subtle.
Subtle. I'm talking to you, Matt.
The beefy.
Anyways, you should be going. The Sunless Horror was just scouting. He must have already alerted them of my presence here. The Sunless Horror? You can't mean Bigfoot. They were looking for me. The Bloodless Horror must be on its way. I have an unfinished business with them from my past life. I have no idea what you are talking about. Then, because of course it happened, a motherfucking portal or some sort of thing appeared in the middle of my camp. It was like a ripple in time and space itself. You must hide, now, she said. I obeyed and hid in the nearby bushes. But I could not help myself from watching what was happening. A group of men emerged from the portal. They had strange armor and weapons. This looked like straight out of a cheesy fantasy movie. Their armor was red and spiky. It looked insectoid. They wielded long spears and curved blades. The men surrounded the woman, pointing the weapons towards her. They spoke to her in a language I could not recognize, but I believe they were demanding her to throw her weapon. She answered them defiantly. She raised her weapon and threw it. It got stuck in a nearby tree. Suddenly, the woman was gone. The men were as confused as I was. I looked to the tree where the weapon had been stuck. The woman was there, holding the weapon. It was as she had just teleported to it. The men were angry and started approaching her, weapons ready. She just took her music box and started playing a melody. It reminded me of electro swing. The men started to be pulled to the portal. They were all sucked into it, and when the music was over, the portal was gone. I got out of my hiding spot and shouted, "Wait!" But it was too late. The woman had suddenly thrown her weapon, and suddenly she was gone. I packed what was left of my stuff and went back to my car. I just drove like a zombie until I reached home. I spent a few weeks pondering what the hell just happened. Am I crazy? Maybe I don't fucking know. But I know what I saw. What I'm telling you is the truth. So at the end of the thread that they write,
The main thread, yeah.
there's a little thing that kind of like, I guess, paraphrases what happened in the story. I went looking for Bigfoot. I found Bigfoot, but I also got in the middle of some sort of interdimensional war. And then you're up.
I believe you. I believe you should go to a fucking shrink. That's an odd weapon. It sounds like a mandible. Have you ever looked that up? Really interesting story. Could you tell me more about this woman?
Well, she had some royal aura. I don't know, man. I felt like if I was in the presence of a queen. I was making a stretch. It should be on my other drive. Let me go look for it.
Don't worry, got it already.
What do you mean?
XOXOXO.
And then,
Oh, and then it shows the image, and it says Queen of, and then a heart.
what the hell? Who are you? So,
Ooh.
audio listeners, love you to death. But, there is a picture here of the woman that was described in the story on the thread that, this random person kind of just sent in the thread.
Yeah.
And for the video listeners, we'll just throw that up. I'll take a screenshot of it. Just throw it up. Just kind of toss it up there, you know?
That's an interesting one. That's a cool one.
Yeah.
Okay. Other dimensions exist. Alright? Let's say that. Other dimensions exist.
Mm-hmm.
You get one request. Like, what if you could have one thing from any dimension to be brought to this one, what would you like? That sounds weird.
A sponsorship from Manscaped.
Fuck's
No?
They're just not gonna sponsor us. They're gonna be like, you keep saying our name anyway, so we're good. What things would you like? A coat that never gets lint. That's a good one. Lightsabers? Or is that like...
Spider-Gwen. I'd want Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, I can't complain there. That's a good shout.
I don't know. I would
Stronger internet.
I would just want a room that looks smaller on the outside, like the
TARDIS.
Yeah, like the
style.
TARDIS.
Yeah.
I want something like that. Not like as technically advanced as the TARDIS, but like
Yeah, of course.
where you could just walk in and it's like huge.
Yeah.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. What do you think? What do you think of the story?
I thought it was a cool story. I think
Definitely interesting.
it was definitely cooler to read, like where it was read.
Yeah. Being told through like a thread post rather than just like, here's a story of something, you know.
The writing was not good.
The writing was bad.
But
I don't know. It wasn't scary, but it was definitely
it was interesting. I feel like a lot of the stories that I find are just not.
they're just more like thrilling tales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. You're better at the spooks. I'm better at the sci-fi fantasy
I'm
stuff.
the goofs.
That makes us such a good team. We just gotta say like cliche things.
Shibboleth things.
Shibboleth things.
Shibboleth things.
Shibboleth things. I never thought I'd see you say that.
This has been such a surreal day.
Yeah, this
We
is
just
wacky.
keep like glancing at each other to make sure she's still there.
Yeah.
We just like look at them.
I'm just like,
But no, I mean, I don't know. So like SCPs, they're like fictional tales that have been like documented under the same account. Like, what separates a SCP to an urban legend?
so SCPs are supposed to be like secured.
Mm-hmm.
So they're supposed to be stories that were told, but are now contained.
So they were told, scraped from the internet, and then they found them and re-uploaded them.
So they're supposed to be like, I don't want to say like their own government, but they kind of act like that.
Right, like Men in Black style.
Yes, yeah, like a Men in Black kind of thing, where they kind of take all of these anomalies, because they don't even have to be like horror related at all.
Right.
They can be anything that is just not normal or something that could drive like a regular human insane if they saw it. So they take these things and they contain them, and their whole thing is they need to contain these things safely and properly. So they have this whole foundation to kind of, and there's different like clearance levels. Like it's kind of like this whole thing.
I see. What do you think about like that in like truth? Like, do you think that like?
I think it's just kind of like
is a branch of the government that deals with like hiding stuff like that.
Oh, I think maybe not to that extent, but there's definitely something out there, because you have the Air Force that was like, yeah, UFOs, we've seen them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have no idea what those were.
Yeah, but they never said they were alien. They were just like they're unidentified things. Like they was never aliens.
No, but they've been trying to like be like, nah,
yeah,
that doesn't exist.
The one that I'm probably gonna read in the next episode is the story that Stranger Things is based off of.
Oh,
it's based off a true story.
Really?
Yeah, it's based off of a place that I believe, and I don't know any of it. They experimented on animals, accidentally released a shit ton of them. Some kids found them, and then like we're going into the facility and shit. And I think we should read that one next week.
That would be cool. That's probably a long one though, right?
Yeah, I'll try and find a way to summarize it. Spook meter. What are you putting in that one at?
Like a 3.
3. There.
Like a 3.
I agree.
Oh, it wasn't that spooky.
I agree. Yeah.
My story though, I'm giving that a 9 because that was scary when I was there.
Oh no, I would give that a solid 7. Yeah, that's a good one. Is that it? Is that it for the first ever live episode of What's So Funny?
That's it for the first ever live episode.
I think what we should do is, if people end up liking this, we make IRL ones a reward on Patreon.
Yeah, we could do that.
So whether I come up or you come up once every 2 months with that, or go 2 or 3, and then we'll do that. I think that'll be fun.
That would be
If
fun.
you guys are interested in that, let us know.
Give us money.
How fun to art.
That's what this is.
Art.
I could do anything right now, and it would be art. Maybe next time. Maybe next time, we'll figure out what's so funny.
Nice.
That was bad. Now we gotta Yeah!
Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. We hope to see you real soon. Unless you are too scared.